Welcome to Natural Habitat Adventures Daily Dose of Nature. I'm your host, Brooke Mitchell, and today's webinar is Meet the Black Mambas, South Africa's all-women anti-poaching unit, presented by Naledi Malungane, Belinda Mzimba, and Collet and Ngobeni. Thank you so much for being here today, Naledi, Belinda, and Collet. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. We are the Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit, all female. We are the first female rangers globally, which we patrol Oliphant West. The Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit, we come from nearby communities to Oliphant West. And Transfrontier Africa is the company that funded us, or it's the mother of our program, which deployed us in 2013. So in 2013, they started with the 6 ladies while they started this program. Then we have the Bush Baby program. So the Bush Baby program is our sister program, which we focus more in education because we know that education is the key of success. So that's why we have kids in the community which we educate, or we are instilling knowledge in the early age so then they can understand why we are conserving nature and why they should conserve nature and protect this wildlife. And the Black Mambas, this is our logo with 2 snakes facing east and facing west. So in the morning, because we are the eyes and ears of the reserve, we are unarmed. So in the morning, we are active to make sure that we patrol our boundary fences, even to go to the bush for the other patrols that we are doing, which will do it on the presentation. And then at back, this is our South African flag. That means we are based in South Africa and we are proudly South African. I'm Collet Ngobeni. I am the public relation officer of the Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit, which I joined the program in 2013. So I'm the first lady in my community to be the first female ranger in my community. I will say I'm the front mirror of my community.
And hello, I'm Naledi Malungane. I joined the Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit in 2019, and I'm the sergeant to the Crime Prevention Unit, and I'm also the first ranger in my family.
Hello everyone, I'm Belinda Mzimba. I'm the Black Mamba Sergeant and I'm also the driver of the Black Mambas. I joined the Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit in 2014. I'm one of the second recruit after the first with Collet.
Oliphant West Nature Reserve, Greater Kruger. So in Greater Kruger, we are here. Oliphant West, it's here at Orange Dot. So that's where we patrol. That's where we conduct our patrols in the Orange Dot. Rhino poaching in South Africa, 2014. So in 2007, that's where the poaching started globally. But in 2013, that's where they realized that they are losing rhinos in Oliphant West and other wild animals. That's where they deployed us in 2013. Oh, our history. So, our history when we started to work at Oliphant West, I still remember we were patrolling with our palms. We were living in this windy house. And then one of the days, one of our members on the patrol, they were patrolling. Then she was 9 months. And then at clinic, they miscalculated her month. They thought she's 7 months while she was 9 months. So and then one of the days when they were patrolling, she gave birth in the bush. So that's why we see that it's important to have the Bush Baby program because we have children. So that's why we have this program, Bush Baby program. And then in 2015, myself and Felicia, we went to New York to collect the award, Champion of the Earth award with UNEP. So this award, it brought a lot of journalists, or it opens a lot of doors for us because we are non-profit fund. So this award opened a lot of doors for us. So in during the pandemic, because a lot of people, they were not working, some of them, they work in the reserves. So we felt like giving back to the community. It's important because these people, they were working in the reserves or in the lounges, so they know the place very well. It might happen these people, they will turn themselves into poaching. So that's where some of we raised the donations, which we bought the food parcels, we give the people in the community, like giving back to the community or creating the good relationship with our community. And then in 2012, 2020, that's where last year we celebrated our 12 years.
So we have the poaching issue. Okay. So we have the poaching issue, and we have different types of poaching, which we have the snare, the bushmeat poachers, and then we have the rhino poachers. So with the bushmeat poachers is where we have people who are coming from the same village where we're coming from. They come in, they set the snare, but their aim or their goal is to catch the antelopes. Meanwhile, the snare will not only catch the antelopes but will catch any other wildlife animal. And then they are doing so because they lack education. So they come in, what they do, they target to poach the meat so that they can go back to sell it to put food on the table for their families. But then we have rhino poachers. Rhino poachers are the ones that they have a hierarchy. There will be a little boys, and then there will be a middleman, and then there will be a kingpin. So with the rhino poaching, that's where they target or take advantage of the small boys in the villages, where they will offer them a 10,000. Imagine if I'm a small boy and I have never had a 10,000 in my hand before. So it is the
It's easy for them to target these people in the community, because if they promise them money, it's easy for them to say yes. Then they will go to the bush to do poaching. And then when they poach these rhino horns, they will give the middlemen, then the middlemen give the rhino horns to the kingpins.
So, who are the poachers? I can say what is poaching. Poaching is illegal. Poaching is illegal killing of animals. And then the poachers, they come from the villages where we come from. So, we, the Black Mambas, we are putting our boots on the ground to teach them and to protect the wildlife. And also, that's where we include the bush babies, because with education, we think we can conquer everything. And then the Black Mambas, the reason why we started the program, it was because of the high rate of rhino poaching. But then we are not only protecting only the rhinos. There are other species that are on threat too, like the pangolin. The pangolins, they are now the newly endangered species uh, in the country. So with the pangolin, what they want is the pangolin scale. And then they think that in their mindset, they think that the pangolin scale have a medical properties in it, which is not correct, because the scales that is just like our fingernails. They don't have any medical properties in it, because they think when you use the pangolin scale, you can cure certain diseases. But then that is not what's gonna happen, but it is their belief. And then we also have giraffes. Giraffes, they are also being poached because of their tail, and then because of their skin. They also make the mats with the skin. And then we are also there's also lions. Lions, they are also being targeted and then being poached, because there's certain tradition and certain beliefs that if you kill a lion, you're gonna have the power like it has. But then that is not true. So we are putting our boots on the ground to protect the voiceless and iconic animals. And with the ivory from the elephants, that is not the issue that we have here, but in other countries they have issues with the elephant poaching. And then they after the ivory.
Why women? Investing on a woman is very important because they bring trust to the women, and also they reduce the corruption because women are very trusted to the community that we are coming from. And by deploying the women, there is no issues of poaching concerning the women because women want to protect these iconic animals. And also the salary that we're getting as a woman in conservation, as rangers, we're taking that salary to take care of our families. Peacemakers, we don't want to fight with the poachers. That is why we're unarmed. We don't want to carry the guns because we want a peace. Multi-generation investment is where we're going to the schools and teach the young children. We're also teaching our children that we're having because we're the mothers here. So our children, we're teaching them to protect the wildlife because it's their heritage. Nurturing and caring. We do care about those animals. That is why we're not carrying any guns. When we're going to the patrol, we carry our radio, our phone, where we're gathering the information that we're capturing on the bush. We have we're reporting anything that we're seeing on the bush, the spore, the carcass, the suspicious things that we're getting on the bush. We're reporting to the office. Mother and child bond is where we, as mothers, we're bonding with our children. And when we're with our children, we're teaching everything that we're seeing on the bush. We're teaching them about the animals, how important it is to protect those animals. And we're also the breadwinners. We have a pride and dignity to the community that we're coming from. They are very proud of us. And as we're the first rangers to do this job, they love us and they are supporting us. We
Adding on what Belinda was saying, we are the primary caregivers. Since we know that the women's, we don't want to fight. We want to solve problems in a good way. That's why we don't like violence. That's why we are unarmed. And then again, with we want to bond with our children since we are bonding with the animals. Like I'll give an example. When we are patrolling, if I see the elephant with the babies, I feel like I can go hug that baby or cuddle with it. Sometimes even when we see the lions, we feel like I can go there and brush that lion. So these things, because we are mothers, like myself, I have 3 children. When I go home, when I'm bonding with my kids, that's why I tell them the stories of why I should protect these wild animals. So that's why we are bonding with our children, and then we are bonding with the animals in the bush.
we we do not place the life of animal over the life of a human. We're here to protect those animals. We are not here to harm them. So it's our job to keep on protecting them. That is why we don't want to carry firearms because we are here to protect them. And we don't want to kill the poachers when we find them in the reserve. So that is why we the life of animals and the life of human being is very important. Often families can destabilize and community possible revenge. When we are here at the reserve, we are working here in the reserve for 21 days and we are going home for 10 days. Like myself, I'm having a daughter who is 14 years old, is staying with my mom. So when I'm here in the reserve protecting these iconic animals and I'm carrying the firearm and see the gun from the community a guy that from the community I'm coming from is here to poach the animals. When I shoot that guy, his family will do the revenge and they will come to my mom's house because I'm here 21 days in. They can kill my mom and also my baby. So for not doing that, while having a good relationship with the people from the community and also protecting the wildlife. So prevention of post-traumatic stress disorder is where that when I can kill someone, I cannot live in peace. At the back of my mind, it will be keep on coming that I have been killed someone. So by not carrying the firearm, we are we put our mind on the right state. Unethical to shoot animals while protecting them on their territory. Yeah, like on the 20th of June, we have this incident. We're on our sweeping, and we have been charged by the lion. I was thinking that, like, people they're asking when I'm telling them that if we have a gun, will we able to shoot that animal? Like, I cannot shoot. If I was carrying the gun, I can not even shoot that animal because it happened very fast, and I'm here to protect those animals. Here is where they belong. That is why when we're on our patrol and we see the lion's tracks or any animals, we report it and we change the direction. So that day it happened very fast. We just had it very close to us. So, but we carry each other together and we were safe. We didn't harm the lion doesn't kill us, and we didn't, even if we have gun, we were not able to shoot that animals. So let the ranger be the role model.
Yeah. And adding on what Belinda was saying, why unarmed? It's because we are coming from the same community that the poachers are coming from. So in the community, if I can kill, it's like I'm killing my uncle or I'm killing my brother or I'm killing my father. So his children will be the offense in the community. And what is going to happen? And when they grow up, these people, it might happen, they will become thieves in our homes. That's where they will break in our homes because now they are orphans, and then their wives in the community. Some of our communities, we have lack of water in the community, so we fetch water with their wives. So that's why we don't want to create any conflict in the community, because if we are fetching water together, the wife, if she can look at me like, oh, Colette, she's the one who took food out of my children's mouth, or she took food out of my table because she killed my husband, that's where the conflict will be. So that's why we are trying to make sure that we teach the people in the community to change their mindset, so then they can understand why the members, we are doing this unarmed, because we are protecting these wild animals, because it is our heritage.
And again, being unarmed is the trick that we use, because when we are unarmed, the poachers doesn't see us as a threat, because when we are unarmed, we don't have anything to defend ourselves with. Hence, the poachers will come in with the weapons to fight against us, but then we don't have anything to fight back with. So they know that there is no threat there. So what we do is visual policing to deter them to play away from our reserve. So that's another trick that you use.
And then we are the role models globally, because now we have other female rangers like Kenya, Zimbabwe. So yeah, we are the role models.
Um, so here is the statistics that we use to measure our success in people in the communities on how well do they know the Black Mambas or the Bush Babies program. So we went to a village where the Bush Baby Center is located at, and then we found that most of the people and the children there, they knew about the Bush Babies, and then the reason being is because maybe the Bush Baby Center is in that location. And then when we move to the other locations to find out about how well people know about the bush babies, that's where we found that we had less people and less children knowing about the bush babies. That's where we expanded to go to visit the schools of the other communities too, rather than there where the bush baby center is. And then again, we did a survey where we asked women and men of how do they feel about the wildlife. And then when it comes to females, we noticed that most of the females, they have love and not only see the wildlife as dangerous, but then they had love, and then they had that thing of wanting to be near the wildlife one day and have that experience. And then when we come to the males, that's where we find that what they see about the wildlife animals It's just meat and business. So that's why the Black Mambas have employed women to empower them so that they can get that experience of having the wildlife around, and then that the women can be the ones that are going to protect the wildlife.
Okay, yeah, every morning at 6 o'clock, we're going to patrol the fence line. And when we're checking the fence, we're checking if there is some open holes. And if we find it, we took some rocks and close that hole. We're checking because if we don't close that hole, the poachers can use that hole to get inside the reserve. So make sure that we close it every time. And if we are on the fence line and we find that the fence has been cut, we reported it and they will come and fix it. And if there's a tracks there, they will report it to the ops room where they can follow that tracks of the poachers. Because we are unarmed, who cannot follow the tracks, there is a people that are helping us, the armed response, to follow those tracks. We are going to the bush where we are searching for the snares, where the poachers are setting the snares near the game path where they're catching the animals. They were using two types of snares, the wire snares and the cable snares. So when we're going to snare sweep, is where we keep on removing those snares because one snare can kill a lot of animals. So if you find the snare, we'll remove it and we check it so that the poachers, when they come again to check if the snare has been caught something, they will find that we remove it. So they will start to give up that there are those people that are keeping on removing the snares. So they will stop going and set it again. So we also have Collet, who's working at the ops room, where when we find something suspicious, we put the information on the clue, the app that we're using on our cell phone, and we also call her on the radio to report everything that we've been put on the SIMO. So she's always there for us on the radio to answer us when we report it to her. We have a picture of myself with the rhino. There are some rhinos that have been on the rehab that they killed their mothers. So they took them to the rehab, and when they bring it back here to the wild. They used to stay with the people. So when they see us, sometimes they're not scared of us. So when we saw that that rhino is very close to the fence line, where the vehicles are busy on the road, we stay with them. We monitor it until it go to the bush because they can attract the poachers. So on the vehicle there's a like we're doing the roadblock, more special Monday and Friday, because on Monday where the contractors, the people that are working in the reserve, they're getting inside the reserve to fix some lodges. So those contractors were searching them when they get inside the reserve and when they're going outside the reserve. We're searching for the suspicious things, if they're having some big knives, they're having some guns when they're entering the reserve, and when they're leaving, we're searching them if they're having some rhino horns, some meat of the animals that are not allowed to take them back to the community. So we also go to the compound search where the contractors are staying. We go there to check where they're staying, to search those areas, and we have to put their names on the SIMO, that how many people that are working in this lodge, so that when something happen, we can know that there's these people that are working in this lodge, and is the one who was putting the snare on the bush or something suspicious that they are doing.
So explaining a little bit about our operation room that Belinda was mentioning that I'm working there. So in the operation room, because back in the years when we started with the program in 2013, the weapons that we were using, it was GPS and notebook. So the GPS, we were using it to collect data of where we are patrolling. So the notebook, when we find suspicious things like human tracks, we used to write it down. And then when we go back after our patrol, we'll give it to our supervisor to check it. And then by that time, if we find maybe human tracks, the poachers are out by then. But now we have the operation room where we are using the Samsung phones which are donated with Samsung. In that phones, We have apps that Belinda was mentioning. We have a Tlui app, and then we have a Hydra app. So these apps are helping us because immediately if you find suspicious things, immediately if you write the information, take a picture of it, and then when you save it, immediately it will come through to the operation room. So myself and my colleague, when we find it, we report immediately to our armed guard respond, so then they can do the follow-ups. So the operation room, it's helping for that. And the operation room, again, because members are out on the field, they need to be checked. So hourly we check them if they are fine. So the phones are helping again, because if they have bad signal, because they are using the walkie-talkie radios. So if they have bad signal, they communicate via the phone with WhatsApp or via calls.
Yes. So since we are unarmed, the radio phone and the tracker phone, they are our weapons.
How do we create the platform for women rangers? We have the pangolins guidance, like Naledi was mentioning about the pangolin. So in the Black Mambas, we have the pangolin guardians, we have the PT instructors, we have uh, Mambas which have driver's licenses. So in 2013, when we started, and then even in 2014, the Mambas, when we joined this program, we never had the driver's license. But within the program, now we have many people, or we have many members who have driver's license within the program. Like myself, I went to Wildlife College to do a computer training, which it's benefit for me. So, and then we even have the PT instructors that I was telling you about, because we do the fitness. So these things, these small things that we are doing, it top ups our salaries while we have this.
Yeah. So
And
and sorry. Yeah, and so with the ranks, you get recognized because of your hard work and dedication, and also we constantly get trainings which opens many opportunities. Like Collet here mentions that you get to be a driver, you get to be a PT instructor. So with the constant training that we get to go those opportunities, and we get to be promoted to getting a higher rank.
And then you will be surprised, because some of the members, they take care of their siblings. Some of them, they have 10 siblings that they take care of. Now they've built the houses for their siblings. Now they can able to take their siblings to the schools, because within the program we have they provide us with the small loans to avoid us to go to the loan sharks, because in the loan sharks they will add money or top up money, but in the program they don't do that.
okay, and also there on the PT instructors, those instructors are helping us because every year we're having a ranger challenge every September that you are joining it every year. And through the instructors that are keeping on training us 3 times a week is where every year, most of the time, we're winning the boosts that were helping us to do our patrols. Facilities, safety, and support. So all the pickers and headquarters that are tailored for women. We have the nice rooms for all the members. We have the bathrooms, the kitchen, the ops room that Colette is working, the recreation area. We have all the facilities, and we also have the Wi-Fi where we are communicating with our families every day. We have hot water, we have our own ops room, and also have our parade ground and our obstacle courses where we are training every week.
Yes, hence Colette mentioned in our history that at first we didn't have an adequate housing, we didn't have proper equipment to use for our patrols. But as time goes on, we upgraded, and now we have all those things. Like we have our own ops room now, and we have our own cell phones, so no longer writing in the notebooks. And then we have our own vegetable garden where we grow our own food and then harvest them when they are ready to feed ourselves, and then also take home to feed our families. Education and further upskilling. So in the program now, like myself, I did the Fagasa. I did the Fagasa at Eco training. So now I'm a qualified field guide, and I also did Braveheart leadership course at Wildlife College, and then those opportunities I got them while I'm in this department, while I'm in this Black Mambas anti-poaching unit. And then now in our program, we have 6 qualified field guide. We have three leaderships management, and then we have the one that did education at UNISA, and then we have a law enforcement ranger that did it also in wildlife college. We all have life skills in workshops. We all did our first aid. We all did computer literacy, and then we have those who did who did social media ethics, who are media license, and then we are registered at as private security industry regulator authority, which is SIRA.
The Bush Babies Environmental Education Center is based on the village that we are coming from. So this Bush Baby Center is where the children, when they go to school, after school, they go to the Bush Baby Center where there's environmental educators where they're helping them with their homeworks. And at the in Bush Baby Center, there's a Wi-Fi where it's benefiting the communities. People on the community, when they want to apply, they go there and use the Wi-Fi free. They didn't pay anything.
And then for us having this Bush Baby Environmental Education Center, it's for us, we are investing on children because we know that instilling the knowledge at the early age it's easy than instilling the knowledge at the old people. So that's why we are investing on children at the early age, so then they can understand the reason why we are conserving nature and they should conserve nature. And remember, these children, they are our future leaders, so it will be easy for them to protect the wild animals because they've got the knowledge at the early age. We are trying to change the mindset of the animals. It doesn't care if they poach it, or the mindset of the animals belong to certain people because they are fences. No, the animals doesn't belong to anyone. The animals, it's our heritage, or nature, it is our heritage. So that's why we are investing on children, so then they can grow up with a good knowledge of the environment.
So the Bush Babies, we are the part of the Scouts in South Africa. So the Scouts, they are part of the Bush Babies, and then the Scouts program is where we constantly also get training, where we get trained how to communicate with the children, how to treat the children in our Bush Baby program, and then also we have a lot of training where we engage with the kids, where we teach them about different morals, and then different types of how they should take care of themselves, because the scouts are those age group where they're starting to mature, so that we teach them of how to handle themselves in the community. And then with the bush babies, we're not only doing it in the schools only, we also do it on at an outdoor, like we do bush camps, and then we do Kruger trips with the kids, and then we sometimes visit them the elephant rehabilitation center, and then with all those, we want the children to engage with the animals, like in reality, not for them only to see those animals only on TVs. We want them to get that experience, that the animals that we want them to conserve, like they should know how it feels, and then they should have that love for the nature. That's why we take them on an outdoors camps, like, and trips, so that when we teach them that they have to conserve the animals or to protect them, they know what we are talking about.
And the bush grannies, yeah, all the bush grannies, because with the program we have the black mambas, we have the bush babies. Now we have the bush grannies. So the bush grannies, these people are our mothers. These people are our grannies in the community. So we have these environmental educators, which they visit the houses of our bush grannies. So some of these bush grannies, they lived in Kruger National Park. These grannies have love of animals. Some of them, they don't know the animals. So, but within the program, we're able to take the grannies to Kruger National Park. So we do the game drive with them. So the grannies, they will go out with their granddaughters to be on adventure with them. So as you can see in the game viewer with the grannies, if you can see the smiles that they put when they see the animals, because some of the grannies, the animals, they represent their sign names. Their sign names represent the animals. So it's we are giving back to the community. We want the grannies to understand, because these people, they stay at home. So if they have if in their houses there is someone who's a poacher, it will be easy for them to tell them to stop, because now they understand the relationship with the animals. So and then these are the bush bush babies, environmental educators. They even help the bush grannies with the house cures, because some of them, they are old, and then some of them they have the chronic diseases which they can't able to go to the nearby clinic to collect themselves the medication. But these environmental educators and some of the Black Mambas, they help these grannies to go there, collect the medication for them, and then give them back. These are some of the awards that we won. These are some of the awards that won. The Best Field Ranger 2013, it was won by Nkateko Mzimba by African Conservation Awards. And then 2022, highly commended team by IUCN North Team, United Nations in 2015. This award, I always brag about it. This one, because it's the one that opens a lot of doors for us. So in 2022,
Pioneer with Purpose by Scientific Exploration Society in UK. I was there at UK with my colleague Cute to collect this award. So 2021, High Commended Ranger by IUCN Kateko Mzimba again. And 2015, Rhino Conservation Award.
A special thank you to the Black Mambas Alliance for supporting our salary.
And then again, I want to share a little bit of our story. In the community where we come from, that's why we teach the children at early age they need to love the animals. That's why we teach them to love their domestic animals, so that it will be easy for them to have love or to adapt love for the wild animals. Because in our community, if I can give an example for myself, my father had a dog in our house. I never had a chance to cuddle with that dog, because my father never taught me that I can cuddle with a dog. So the dog is just a dog, it's just a security in our house. We don't care about it. We never gave the dog water. But in the program, now I have that. I have love with the animals. That's why we are teaching the children in the community and people in the community that they need to love their pets. It will be easy for them to adapt, so then they can love the wild animals. How to help if you like, if you want to help the Black Mambas, because the Black Mambas, we are non-profit fund. We depend on donations. We have www.transfrontierafrica.org to donate, and then you can become the Black Mamba Alliance member to help the programs, and then we can run, since we will need the salaries and the equipment that we are using, the fuel that we are using for our vehicles. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions, we'll be here to answer your questions.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, Naledi, Melinda, and Colette, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much for taking us through that and your amazing work and what you do. And so many positive comments have come through. We all feel the exact same. We're so appreciative of you all taking the time to teach us about your amazing life and your community and what you do. Awesome, everybody. So we do have some time to ask some questions to these incredible women. If you do have any questions, please go ahead and put them in your control panel there. And we see how many we get through until the top of the hour. Oh, we are getting lots and lots, ladies. Okay. This is We've gotten several of these, and it would be great if you could elaborate. Since you are unarmed, have any of you come face to face with some an armed poacher, and what happened? How do you stay safe in those situations?
Okay. Yeah, I can answer that. We came across the poachers because we are working on the north side, and that side that we are working from is very close to the community. So it's easy for the poachers to get inside the reserve. So there was another day where we encountered the poachers. It was two poachers, and when we start our sweeping, it was partly cloudy that day, and we find that the poachers arrive late at night, like we're doing morning patrol and night patrol. So when we knock off at the night patrol, they get inside the reserve. And they started to set the snares at night because it was full moon, is where the poachers are active. So they set the snares and they sleep and waiting for the animals to go and caught by those snares as they set very close to the water wall where there is the game path of the animals. So that day when we got there, we smelled the cigarette. It's where we started to notice that there's people inside because the wind was blowing a little bit. So when we smelled the cigarette, we just stop and whisper that have you smelled something, and everyone he confirmed it. So we go to that direction because when we are on our patrol, we are going with the pepper spray, the NCAP, the radio, and the SIMO phone. So that day when we got there, we they make a fire. The poachers make a fire because it's a little bit cold. And when we got there, we started to surround this area, that the area that the poachers were, and while all of us were putting the pepper spray, and when we get very close to them, we opened the pepper spray, and the other guy was sleeping, the other one was busy cooking, and the one who was cooking is the one who saw us. So when he started to make some noise to wake up the other poacher, we pepper sprayed the one who was cooking. And the one who was confused because he was sleeping, he wake up and take the big knife and we also pepper spray him. And we report to the radio and the armed response arrived fast, even the police. They were got arrested and they charged them for trespassing. And we started to sweep again and swear we removed the lot, close to 60 snares that were been removed that day. So it happened that we encountered the poachers, but now we no longer encounter it. It's been decreased through education and because we're engaging with the communities with the global march of elephant and rhinos and we're marching with our community. So it started to decrease.
Yes.
Oh, that's great news. So that's actually, you've answered several questions there. As a lot of people are asking how the education side is going and if you're starting to see changes in your communities and if poaching is going down. So it sounds like that is a yes, poaching is going down
Yes,
for your patrol.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
that is wonderful news. Great. Okay. Wow, we are getting so many questions. This is wonderful. I love this. Next here, this is a really good one. Could you elaborate on the trend of elephant poaching? What does it look like in your area or in South Africa? And is there anything the Mambas are doing to counter this?
No, in South Africa we don't have that, and even our place we don't have that.
Perfect. That's great. That's great to hear. It's great news. Okay. So awesome. We're gonna keep going through here. Oh, this is a wonderful one. How did your
Mm.
name come to be? Why are you called the Black Mambas?
Yeah. I was expecting that. I love to answer it. Why we are called the black mambas? It's because we have the black mamba snake, which is dangerous, which is poisonous. So that's why they call us the black mambas. Because some of the people they ask, they call you black mambas because you are black. No, it's not because we are black, but because we represent the black mamba snake that is dangerous, which means the black mambas anti-poaching unit, we are dangerous.
And we act straight to the point, just
Yes.
like the Black Mamba.
Oh, I
We
love
strike
it.
like a black mamba.
It's the perfect name. It's the perfect name.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. Wow, so many really good ones. How many Black Mambas are there on your unit and on your team?
It's 36, 36, 36.
36. And how many did you start with?
We started with six
Wow.
members.
6
Yes.
to 36. Wow, in 13 years,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, this is a really good one asking about how rhinos are managed in your reserve. Are the horns also removed? Is that something that is commonly done where your rhinos are, or are they kept intact?
Our rhinos, they've been dehorned, but the poachers, they will try all means to go for that small horn, although they are dehorned.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, this is another really good one. Could you elaborate on your work schedule? What is your normal routine? Like how many days are you on patrol? How many days are you off? What does a normal day look like for a black mamba?
As the Black Mambas, we are working for 21 days and then we get the rest or time off of 10 days. The day of a black mamba, we wake up every day early in the morning because when immediately when the sun rises, we have to be on the fence line, and then our 8 hour shift is split into two. So in the morning we do our 3 hours and then get our time in between to rest and do our chores, cook and do laundries, and then we're gonna start our night patrol at 5 in the evening, where we're gonna be doing our 5 hours patrol.
Great. And around then how many days are you with your family then? We're getting a lot of questions about your family life and your work life.
Okay.
It's like I said, it's 10 days, but then you also get an opportunity to apply for a leave if you want more rest, or if maybe you have other occasions to attend. You have the opportunity to have family responsibilities again in case of emergencies at home. You are allowed to apply for a family responsibility and also a leave.
And then
And
again, during school
oh, yeah.
holidays, our kids they are allowed to visit us. So normally in December, yo, our kids they come and visit us, and our kids love to visit here because they get a chance to go out on patrol and see exactly what we are doing while we are away from them.
Yeah, because we don't have holidays. Every day is every day. So when it is their holiday, even on the Christmas and Christmas Eve, that's where we get to spend time with them. By them coming in, if we're not off by that Christmas festive, that's where our families comes to visit us.
Incredible. Yes. Protection every day is needed, and you're so dedicated. It's wonderful. This is a really good question. Do any of you have a story by chance of somebody who was a former poacher who then was reformed and now are actually working to conserve the wildlife?
No, we don't have.
No, none of those stories?
Yes.
Okay, that's
No, no.
that is good. All right. This is a good question too. What sort of technology do you use to monitor wildlife and track poachers?
We track because we have the pangolin. So the pangolin when we we save it from the poachers. They've put their trackers, so that's where the mambas, they will go out at night to check for that pangolin. Is the pangolin is healthy? If the pangolin is gaining weight, so the pangolin, if it's fine, they remove the tracker and leave it there. And then, but we even have the rhinos, which they have the trackers. So we have the volunteers, which and the researchers that will go out now and then to check for those rhinos.
Wonderful. And we have a question here. By chance, do you already incorporate drones, or is that might be possibly in the future?
No, we don't use drones, and then even in future, we don't wish to have that. Because what if we use drones and the poachers will come with that idea of using the drones? So it will be difficult to see if this is our drone or what's going on. So, but we think it's fine for us if we don't use drones, and then we don't wish to have the drones.
Great. And if somebody in your community wants to become a Black Mamba, how does a woman apply? And then what is that process like?
Okay, if someone wants to apply in our community, but now the problem is funding, because since you know that we are non-profit fund, so the problem is funding, but we love to expand. So, but for the members which they joined back in the years, I'll just give a details of how they applied. So when they wanted to expand, they go to our tribes to tell our chief that they want members to join the program. So that's where they will advertise in the tribes. So then the members or the ladies will bring their CVs. Then we call everyone who brought the CV and then interview them. And then we check who passed the interview, because we even check for the fitness, like physical fitness, and then that's where how we conduct our interviews or our selection before we hire. But for now, nothing.
Hmm. Do you have enough Black Mamas, enough rangers, or is that a need of yours? Do you need to hire more and try to get more funding?
Yes, who love to expand, who love to have funding so then we can expand. Because I remember I was one of the ladies which did the interview with the first with the second recruit and with the third recruit, because we were looking for the ones that it was the last one. No, it was the group of Naledi. We were looking only for 10 ladies. But if I can tell you that more than 100 ladies applied for being the Black Mambas. So we love to expand, because in the community, like myself, when I walk on the street, they always ask me, Colette, when the job opportunity coming in your work, when the job opportunity coming into your work. So we love to do that.
That's great to know. Yes, and you have that great information up there if anybody wants to help support, and then maybe collectively all of us together can get a few salaries put together. We'll see. This is
Yeah.
another good one. You three hinted on it a little bit. Since you are the first all-women anti-poaching units, you've inspired several others. What are some of those other groups that have come after you, and where are they located? And then do you all communicate and like share how things are going?
Like
There is another group at Kashanga,
Akashinga
Akashinga in
group
yeah,
is
in
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. They're operating there, and sometimes there's information there they want to know about us. So we're sharing the information with them. We're not selfish how it got started. So we always share the information with them.
Because all of
yeah.
us.
So since we are the first female anti-poaching unit, the other female rangers too, when they want to start their program, they first come to us and ask us how we did it and how like the strategies of how we doing it and how we did it. So that's how we share with them about the skills that we're using, and all the knowledge and all the successful and unsuccessful things that we had to go through. So we do share.
And then again, myself and some of my colleagues, we are in the group of the Rangers, and then we even have this group of GRA. So we are in the group of the Rangers. We communicate like with the Ranger Challenge or with everything. We have a lot of talks that we communicate with in the group. So we are supporting each other. And what I love about the anti-poaching unit is that we know that the other teams, they are armed and we are unarmed, but we respect it because they are doing it in the different morals, but we love them and we support them.
That's great to hear. Community of amazing women anti-poaching rangers. So with that, I will go ahead and wrap up the Q&A portion of this wonderful webinar, and I would love to turn it to you three for any last closing comments. Any last things to say, just thank you or anything like that?
Okay,
Oh, no,
okay, yeah.
Mm.
We would love to say thank you to anyone who joined this presentation, and then we would love for many people to support us or to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. So we love to have more followers in the program. And then thank you everyone for your time that you sat down and listened to our presentation. We love you all.
Yes, we are so grateful and so thankful that you all came on. And everybody, so you're aware, the Black Mambas were 2024 philanthropy winners. And we do have amazing safaris to South Africa to help with conservation efforts. And we even have our women's journeys to South Africa as well, if that's something that you would be interested in. But Naledi, Belinda, and Collet, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We're so grateful that you're staying up all the way in South Africa to spend time with us. And I would like to thank everybody who tuned in. Join us tomorrow for our next daily dose of nature. You can check out this week's lineup, including registration links on our website at nathab.com/webinars. We did record today's presentation, and we will have the replay available on our website soon. With that, I will conclude the webinar. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.